Hey folks, just wanted to give a quick demo of something I've working on the last couple of weekends. I've got a couple of 3D printers, which is great, means I can print multiple objects at once. Only downside is that the control software I'm using for them, OctoPrint, is really only designed for managing one printer at a time. It's single instance, takes a single G-code script, and just runs it against one printer. So if I wanted to, say, run off 2 copies of this vase, I would need to actually upload that vase to 2 printers, and then let each printer do its thing. Not so great for job coordination or for keeping track of what jobs I've run. Enter this thing I've been working on called Tentacles. Tentacles is a job queue. So let's say I just want to slice this thing. I've already got it sliced up here, and I'm just going to go ahead and print 2 tentacles as if it were a normal OctoPrint instance. And away we go. Now, what Tentacles does is it is just a job queue. So here we've received a job. It's got, in this case, a messed up file name. Got to figure out why that is. But let's log in and take a look at what's going on here. So we've got here a job named running this file, and it's mapped to printer 0. We can actually see here, this is a low poly planter file that we just uploaded from Prusa Slicer. And if we go over to printer 0, we can actually see that the printer is in the middle of its warm-up routine. So but I don't actually want to do this right now, so let's try and cancel that. Okay, well, that job is canceling, and if we go back over to OctoPrint, we can see that OctoPrint is now canceling the task as well. Currently, it's doing bed leveling, so this is going to take a little minute, but that's fine, because Tentacles knows that the printer is currently running something and that that task is canceling. Let's try something else. Let's go upload a script manually. So if I go to Files, I'm just going to upload a script that does nothing but sleep, which is actually quite convenient for testing like this. So, and I'm just going to print a couple of copies of this. So here we go. So I've got a whole bunch of copies of a G-code script that are just going to sleep requested now. And let's see what's going on. So OctoPrint has actually successfully mapped out one of these to printer 1, and printer 2, or printer 0, it should still be canceling. Yeah, it's still running bed leveling, which is fine because OctoPrint knows that, okay, well, this job is canceling, but the printer is still busy, and so it's not going to try and schedule anything to that printer until the printer becomes idle. We're doing great so far. Now, what if something goes wrong? Well, let's just go ahead and induce that. So here we are on printer 1, and I'm going to actually synthetically induce an emergency stop, or manually induce an emergency stop. So if I just e-stop the printer disconnects. This OctoPrint instance is hosed. Okay, it can't take jobs, the job is dead, all that good stuff. So what happens on the Tentacles side? Well, here we go. We actually know that the job has failed, and we can see that the printer, if we actually go check the printer's state, printer is in the disconnected state, which is correct. The printer OctoPrint instance is disconnected from the printer. It's an error. Let's try reconnecting here. So we got the printer back online manually, and Tentacles will now show, hey, that printer is not disconnected anymore, it's idle. It's exactly what we expected. And hey, it's running now because we've just mapped a new job to it, and we go back over to jobs. We can see that, hey, there we go, printer 1 has been mapped a new copy of the G-code script. So that's all good. And eventually here, we're going to see that printer 0 finishes its bed leveling from the previous cancel job, and then it is going to complete canceling this job, at which point it will become marked as ready again, and Tentacles will push another job to it. Should be in about 2 seconds here because we just finished the bed leveling routine. And we're homing the head, and there we go. So the printer is now operational, and there we go. We've got a new file pushed. This happens to be the sleep script, and the printer is moving again. We go back to the job queue. We see that we have 2 running copies of the sleep job. That's it.